Hey everyone, welcome to this gentle greet the day and ground yoga practice. I'm Jennifer and I'm so happy you decided to unroll your mat this morning. So as you're ready, just come to a comfortable seat, maybe propping your hips up on a blanket or a folded towel. You might even just rock side to side and really establish a grounded seat, letting your body weight come to rest atop your sitting bones. Add a little tone to the belly. Feel your spine extend up toward the sky while your shoulders relax down away from your ears. And then just gently blink the eyes closed. Feel your palms resting gently on your knees or thighs. And notice the flow of your breath in and out of your body. And as you start to connect with your inner landscape here, don't worry so much about how you're breathing. Just start by noticing your breath. Maybe you also notice the impact of your breath on your body. Can you sense that 360-degree expansion as you inhale and that snuggling home to center as you exhale? Just take a few more breaths here, arriving in presence to your practice. And my cat says good morning. He might take a seat on the mat soon, and that's okay. And then let's bring our hands to touch in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, right in front of the heart. And we'll just bow our heads toward our hearts and set a little intention for our time on our mat today. How would you like to show up for yourself during this practice? And then when you're ready, you can bring your gaze to face front and open your arms out to the sides, spread nice and wide through the fingertips. Feel the shoulder blades draw a little bit closer together. And as you inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides and up. And as you exhale, turn your palms to the earth and just press the energy and air down. A few more times like that, inhaling to lengthen through the torso. And exhaling, just press everything down. One more time, inhale and exhale. Next inhalation, let's keep our right fingertips on the earth and lift the left arm up to the sky. Just notice the length through the left side of your body. Take a nice breath in here, and as you exhale, gentle side bend to your right. Just feel both hips stay rooted to the earth. So we're really creating that length and space along the side body between the ribs. And then as you inhale, bring your torso through center. Exhale breath, fingertips come to the floor. Next inhalation, right arm lifts up to the sky. Exhale breath, maintain that length as you bend over to the left. And then let's come back through center and let all 10 fingertips touch the mat. We'll just slide the pinky fingers back in space a little bit. And without getting slumpy through the torso, let's just find a little lifting of the heart and gaze up toward the sky. You can even close into your eyes here, drawing the shoulders back in space to counteract so much of that forward rounding we all do. Just another breath here. And then bring your head back through center. You can walk your fingertips back out to the sides. We'll inhale the arms to the sky again. And as you exhale, twist over to your right and bring your left palm to the right knee. Opposite hand can reach behind you. Spinal twist, staying nice and long here, coming back to the breath. And on your next in-breath, revolve to face front while your arms reach tall. Exhale, breath, spinal twist to the left. Maintain that beautiful length in the torso. And your gaze could be out to the side or even a little bit back over your left shoulder. And then let's revolve to face front again. Take the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands back down to your thighs. Let's drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. And extend the left fingertips out to the floor. See if you can connect your pinky finger a little bit more firmly to the ground. Just notice any sensations in the upper trapezius muscle, that top part of the left shoulder, and through the neck. And then we'll bring our left fingertips back to the thigh and draw our neck through center. Let's just take one round of breath here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling either through the nose or mouth. Tip the left ear toward the left shoulder. Lengthen the right arm out to the side. Engage pinky finger to the floor. Breathe into that space between ear and top of shoulder. And then we'll bring hand to lap and head through center. And let's come to all fours, finding a tabletop pose. I practice sometimes with yoga blocks. They're not necessary, but I occasionally like to use them as a prop. So if you don't have blocks, you can use books. I also like to pad beneath my knees because I'm getting older and my knees just really appreciate that comfort. So as you're coming to your tabletop pose, check that your knees are stacked right beneath the hips and your palms are beneath the shoulders. We're going to spread wide through the fingers, claw the mat with the fingertips, gently press the tops of your feet into the floor, and see if you can sense the belly drawing in to meet the spine. And the shoulder blades might come a little closer together here as we build a strong tabletop pose. And just feel into the back of your neck. Can you take any wrinkles out of the skin in the back of your neck? And then on an inhale breath, let your belly melt toward the earth as your tail and gaze lift, finding cow pose. As you exhale, lead from the belly, draw it in toward the spine, round spine to the sky. Tuck your chin for cat. Inhale breath, come back to cow, finding that arch in the spine. And as you exhale, round to cat. We'll do this once more in each direction. Inhaling to cow. And exhaling, cat pose. Let's come back to table. Bring the big toes to touch. Open your knees a little bit wider and let your hips rock back to your heels. Arms reach forward, child's pose. Your forehead might touch the floor here. Or you could bring your hands to stack atop one another and just rest your forehead on your hands. Take a few breaths here. Noticing that movement in the torso as you breathe in and out. And then as you're ready, let's come back up to our tabletop pose. We'll align knees with hips once again. Let's curl the right toes under and slide the right foot to the back of the mat. Just lengthen out through that heel. And keeping integrity in the torso, see how it feels to take the right foot off the earth. And you might point your right toes toward the left to keep the pelvis nice and level. And if you feel strong, your left hand can come off of the floor as we explore a table balance. And just take a few breaths here, reaching fingertips forward and heel back. Sensing your strength. And then hand comes to earth, knee comes to earth. We can just wash that out a little bit. Taking some organic movement in the body, bringing some weight off of our wrist for a moment. And then we'll reestablish our firm foundation in tabletop pose. Tuck the left toes under, slide the left foot back. Lifting from the core and glutes, we'll take the left foot away from the earth, letting the pinky toe point down toward the ground. And maybe we float the right hand away from the floor, spinal balance or table balance, breathing steadily. Just feeling our length here as well as our strength. And then we'll bring hand to earth, knee to earth. Open the knees wide once again. Sit back into child's pose just for about 3 full breaths. And then let's come back up to tabletop pose. And from here, we'll curl the toes under as we receive a breath. And on the out breath, let's slowly lift our knees, thighs, and hips to the sky, finding downward facing dog. And I invite you to take any gentle movement that feels good in your body. Maybe you bend into one knee and let the opposite leg lengthen. This is your practice, so find what feels good and find what feels safe. And then let's come to stillness in this dog pose, pressing the floor away from us, letting the heels naturally lengthen toward the earth. And then we'll sweep our gaze forward and take a nice slow walk to the top of our mat, coming into our first standing forward fold. So place your feet about hip width distance apart or a little closer if that feels good. You can even add a soft bend into your knees here. And just let the head and shoulders drape toward the ground. And as you're ready, we're going to find a half lift. So think of the back lengthening from crown to tail. Hands can rest on the shins. And then we'll fold back down to the floor. And we'll do that twice more. Let's do an inhale breath here, finding that flat back half lift. Exhale breath will fold. Once more, just like that. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, finding that forward fold. This time, let's root the feet to the earth as we rise all the way upright to stand. We'll sweep our hands to the sky, grasp the right wrist with our left hand, and side bend over to the left. Keep both your feet pressing down into your mat here. Next, inhalation, come through center. Change the grasp of your hands. And exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, come through center. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Keeping your hands at heart center, just take a few breaths. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel your body weight balanced between the forefoot and your heels. And on your next inhalation, extend your arms to the sky. And as you breathe out, take a forward fold, really slowly and with a nice flat back. Fingertips can reach down to the ground. We'll inhale and find that half lift. Exhale, bring our hands to our yoga blocks or the floor. Step the left foot back into a lunge. And then very slowly drop the left knee down to the floor. Inner thighs can squeeze together here. Left top of foot can come to the floor. And we'll peel the upper body away from the floor, taking fingertips to the sky as we settle into a low lunge. Keep your right big toe pressing firmly into the ground. Nice full breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands to the floor. We're going to rock the hips back just a little bit to align hip over knee. And then straighten the front leg, peeling the right toes away from the floor in a runner's lunge or a half yogic split. Just a few breaths here. And as you're ready, bend the right knee, bring your right foot to the earth. We'll frame the right foot with our hands, tuck the back toes, and lift the back knee off of the ground. Left hand will stay on the floor. Inhale, breath. Twist open to the right. Take the right fingertips up to the sky. Stay strong in your legs here. Inner thighs can squeeze closer together. We'll take another inhale breath, and as we exhale, bring the right hand to the mat. We're going to step back to a plank pose. So the top of a push-up. Belly's drawn in. There's a little doming in the back body. Heels are reaching back. Nice full breath in here. As you exhale, hips lift to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take a nice glance forward and as many steps as you need to come back to your forward fold. Half lift, inhale breath. Exhale breath, find that fold. Next inhalation, root to rise as you come all the way up to stand. Palms touch, exhale your hands to your heart. Full breath in, arms reach tall. Exhale, breath, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhalation here. Exhale to fold, hands come to the mat, right foot steps back, right knee comes down to the ground. Inhale, breath, sweep the arms and heart forward, low lunge pose. Inhale fully. Exhale your hands to the earth. Glide the hips slightly back. Scooch the left foot forward if you need. Left toes peel away from the earth in that runner's lunge. Find your breath here. Bend the left knee, place the left foot on the ground. Frame the left foot with your hands, tuck the back toes, and lift the right knee away from the earth. Right hand stays on the mat as we twist open to the left. Gaze turns left, heart opens. Strong twisting lunge here. Receive a breath in as you exhale. Hands come down to the floor. We'll step back to plank pose once again. Might trip on our blanket on the way, but that's okay. Nice strong plank here. If high plank is too strenuous this morning, drop the knees to the mat and just work on the pressing the hands away from the ground. Wherever you are is where you're meant to be. We'll inhale fully here and exhale. Lift the hips to the sky for dog pose. This time in dog, let's walk our hands back toward our feet, coming into that forward fold just at the opposite end of our mat. We can bend the arms at the elbows, Bringing opposite palm to opposite elbow, framing the head and neck with our hands. Just letting the upper body lengthen toward the earth here. And then as you inhale, find that halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold to the ground. Next, in-breath, can bend into the knees. Let the hips sink back. Sweep the arms forward by the ears, chair pose. We're just here for a little bit. You've got this. Having the arms extended forward is too much. Bring the hands to prayer right in front of the heart. One more round of breath. And then slowly straighten the legs. Bring yourself upright to stand. And just notice a complete round of breath. If you've been practicing with a blanket or towel on your mat, go ahead and move that off to the side. Now we're going to turn to face the long edge of our mat and take a nice wide stance. Begin pressing energy and strength toward the outside edges of your feet. And as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up to about 45-degree angles from the shoulders. Bring the shoulder blades a little closer together, tone through the belly, starfish pose. Just a couple of full breaths here. And then let's bring the hands to the waist or hips. We're going to turn the left foot to face the short edge of our mat and gently turn the right toes in toward the left foot. And then bend into the left knee. Let it align over the ankle. And sweep your arms forward and back to shoulder height, finding warrior two. And you can adjust the stance of your feet if you need to. I needed to this morning. Check that your left knee is opening out toward your fourth toe and that you're balanced between your front and back legs. As you're ready, turn your left palm up to the ceiling and take a gentle bend back, turning this warrior into a peaceful warrior. Feel that length through the side body, strengthen your legs. As you inhale, come back up to warrior two. And as you exhale, bring your left forearm down to the left thigh and extend the right arm over the ear. Extended side angle pose variation. Next inhalation, come back up to warrior two. As you exhale, bring your hands to the waist or hips again and turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of your mat. Inhale the arms to shoulder height as you press toward the outside edges of the feet. Exhale, hinge at the hips and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Head and neck lengthen toward the earth. Keep your left hand on your yoga mat as you inhale. Twist open to the right, taking right fingertips to the sky. And then exhale that arm down. Other side. Inhale, twist open to the left. And exhale down. As you continue to press to the outside edges of your feet, take a breath in and find a half lift. Release that breath and fold. Inhale, breath, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Bring the palms to touch. Exhale your hands to your heart. And then bring palms to the waist or hips as you turn your right foot to face the short edge of the mat. Angle the left toes slightly in. Bend into the right knee. Arms sweep forward and back. Warrior two. Lot of strength toward that back foot. Healthy knee alignment on the front leg. So just feel into your knee. Make sure that it's not buckling in toward your big toe. Inhale, breath, turn your right palm to the sky. Exhale, tip back, finding peaceful warrior. Your gaze might be up toward the ceiling here or even down toward your back foot, whatever feels better in your neck. As you inhale, come back through warrior two. And as you exhale, lower the front forearm to the front thigh, opposite arm over the ear, extended side angle pose. As you inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale, breath, turn the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Nice breath in here as you root to the outside edges of the feet. And as you release the breath, one last forward fold. Receive a breath, lengthen the spine, lift halfway. Exhale, breath, fold. Press into your feet, sweep the arms out and up as you rise tall to stand. Bring the palms to touch and then lower them down to the heart. And just heel toe your feet closer together here so that you're standing with your feet comfortably apart from one another. Take a full breath in and out. And as you're ready, let your body weight come into your right foot. Draw the right hip in toward the midline of your body. And just see how it feels to create a little kickstand of the left foot right alongside the right inner leg. So we're just opening the hip and knee out to the side. You might just keep that foot right on the floor or place your foot on the lower or upper leg as we come into tree pose. Arms can stay right at the heart or extend out like the branches of trees. Just another breath or two. Grounding down. And then hands come to heart. Foot comes to earth. You can take a little gentle movement if you need to wash that out of your hips and feet. And then come back to your roots. Shift the weight into your left foot. Grow strong through the left leg. And then create that little kickstand, opening the right hip and knee out to the side. You might just stay right here for your tree. You might bring that foot to the lower or even the upper leg. Keep some tone in the belly. And maybe you create low branches this time, or asymmetrical branches, whatever feels fun and safe. Just working on some balance here. And then hands come back to heart. Foot touches the earth. We'll just take one round of breath here. And then let's come down to a seated position on the mat. We'll extend the left leg out in front of us, point the left toes up to the sky, snug the right foot in toward the right sitting bone, and with your left arm, give your right leg a nice hug, and then see how it feels to rotate the spine to face right, coming into a variation of a seated twist. Just a few breaths here. And then we'll turn to face front. We'll switch our legs, bending into the left knee, placing that foot on the earth. Right toes pointing up to the sky as we snug and hug the opposite leg in toward the belly and come into our twist. Finding that steady breath. And then bring yourself out of the twist. And we'll slowly make our way down onto our backs. Maybe placing a folded blanket or towel beneath the head and neck. And once you're down on your back, go ahead and bring the knees in toward the heart and just wrap yourself up in a really sweet hug. And then keeping your hands on your kneecaps or upper shins, draw the belly in toward the spine and pull your thigh bones away from the belly. Just feel your sacrum and maybe the upper part of your tail come to touch your mat. And then bring your hands down to the floor at shoulder height. And we'll just bring both knees over to the floor on the right hand side, coming into a spinal twist. You could turn your head and neck to face left. Just coming back to your breath here. And then bring your gaze through center. Draw your knees through center. Just feel your sacrum and tail reaching toward the floor here once again. And as you're ready, drape your knees to the left. And perhaps your gaze turns right. You can even close into your eyes here. Just savoring this moment of stillness. And then we'll bring our head and neck through center. Knees can follow. We'll wrap the hands around the shins again and just give ourselves one last hug. And then we'll just lengthen our bodies comfortably long on our mats. Maybe putting a rolled up blanket behind our knees. Letting our arms relax down to the earth, our eyes close. Just coming to Shavasana for a few breaths. This is probably the most important pose, in my opinion, for any yoga practice. This is when our body integrates the work and practices being still. Notice I said we're just practicing this stillness, where you're probably not perfecting it. But we're inviting the body to be rather than to do. And you can certainly practice Shavasana, corpse pose, for as long as you'd like. But for the purposes of our time together today, let's go ahead and gently wiggle our toes and fingers. Maybe circle our ankles and wrists. And then we can bend our legs at the knees, just letting our feet come back to the earth. And then maybe we pull one knee in toward the heart and the other can come to join it. And we'll just roll momentarily onto the side body, using our upper arm as a pillow for our head. And then we can press ourselves back upright to sit on our mat. We'll keep our eyes closed or our gaze down toward the earth. Finding that length in the spine once again, we'll bring our hands to prayer pose right in front of the heart. And just take a bow to ourselves, thanking ourselves for showing up and unrolling the mat. I wish you a beautiful day. Namaste.